Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to my dear friend and colleague, and I'm honored to be joining her, the gentlelady from El Paso, Texas, to address one of the most pressing issues facing our nation, our broken immigration system. I'm from Pennsylvania. We are not a border state, but I hear an awful lot about what's happening at the southern border. I'm deeply concerned about it, as are my constituents. And it's something that we here, this group of us who are speaking this evening, are committed to fixing. For far too long, both parties have played political games with the crisis at our southern border rather than pursuing real solutions to restore order. That's why I am so proud to be a co-sponsor of the Dignity Act, a bipartisan bill that will tackle the crisis at our border and will reform that badly broken immigration system. Let me tell you just a few things about what the Dignity Act would do. Number one, and most pressing to many, many of my constituents, is it addresses border security. It increases the hiring of CBP personnel. It provides funding for border infrastructure and equipment. And it makes it a crime to transmit the location of law enforcement personnel at the border for the purpose of trying to defraud the immigration laws. And it also requires employers to verify the citizenship status, the immigration status of their employees using an e-verify system. And all of those are things that we've been hearing about from the GOP for ages. But this bill also provides a pathway to citizenship for dreamers who came here as minors and have lived here for years in the shadows, unable to fulfill their lives, unable to become meaningful members of the workforce, to pay taxes. These people, these dreamers, need a pathway to citizenship. We have been talking about this for way too long. It gives good, law-abiding people an opportunity to pursue the American dream, which, by the way, so many of our parents, grandparents, ancestors pursued. That's what this country is all about. There is absolutely no question about it. We need comprehensive immigration reform, and that means we have to bolster border security, and we have to ensure that law-abiding, tax-paying immigrants are treated with humanity and respect. We need enhanced infrastructure and funding for our Border Patrol agents to help enforce our laws and keep dangerous drugs off our streets. But we also need to strengthen those pathways to citizenship, which, by the way, will help build our workforce in critical industries and will boost our American economy. I have heard from employers, HR managers, manufacturers, and all sorts of businesses in my community that face workforce shortages. They want us to find ways to expand opportunities for legal immigration. Immigration reform is also a national security issue. Comprehensive immigration reform, as contemplated by the Dignity Act, would help us keep the drug dealers, terrorists, and the other bad guys out. The best way to get things done in Congress is something that we don't do nearly often enough. It's for Democrats and Republicans to work together. We know that. We all know that. We've seen it historically. As I said, we don't do nearly enough of that. I am so proud that the Dignity Act has broad bipartisan support, and I will continue to work to find ways that I can engage more of my friends across the aisle to support this common sense immigration reform. Let me be clear. Our country needs the Dignity Act. This bill will allow us to bring order back to the southern border. It will surge resources to help enforce our laws and to support border communities like El Paso and so many others. It will help take back power from those who seek to abuse and overrun our asylum system. And it will allow us to efficiently process those who are eligible for legal immigration and asylum. We must bring the Bipartisan Dignity Act to the floor for a vote. It is the only truly bipartisan comprehensive immigration reform bill. We need to pass it, and I urge my colleagues in leadership to put aside partisan politics and consider the best interests of the American people. With that, I yield back.